Hi, it's Danielle here. I just wanted to do this short video on EFT, which it stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. This is a method of tapping various acupressure points on the face and the body, and you do them in a certain sequence while you are thinking of or experiencing a stressor or a negative emotion. And in doing so, it resets the energetic imbalances that stressor is causing, and so therefore it could be really useful. I found it personally very useful, and I also teach it to clients if I feel that it would be beneficial for them. So I just thought I'd do this instructional video in case it benefited you as well. So this is the basic recipe as taught by Gary Craig, who is the original founder of EFT tapping. I think it's important not to steer off his way of doing it, because obviously he is the founder and he devised each step for a reason, and you know, everything has meaning, and when you cherry pick from certain techniques, it can destabilize them and make them not so effective. So I know some people will not like to think of a stressor or to cause stress to the body at all by doing this, because it's a bit like focusing on the negative. But when you understand how it works, that you need that stressor in order to have the imbalances that need to correct in to be presented. So if you think of it that way, then you understand why you need to be experiencing the negative emotion or the stressor. So the most effective time to do this is when you are actually stressed, but you can also do it by sort of honing in on an emotion or an experience or a situation that you want to address. So first of all, we begin by tapping this point here, and when I tap, I always use 3 fingers, because we can use 2 fingers. It's just, you know, there is a point here that you need to tap, and if you're using 3 fingers, then you're bound to sort of, you don't have to worry about precisely where you're tapping. You'll hit the spot, so to speak. So we start by tapping our karate chop point, and with this as well, it doesn't matter which side, so just use whichever side you're comfortable with. You can use both sides when you're tapping at the points, or you can use just the one side. That's completely up to you. So we first off tap this karate chop point, and then we focus on the stressor that we want to address. So for example, I mean, this could be an emotion, it could be a pain, it could be anything that's causing you discomfort at the moment. So say for example, I'm afraid of cats, and there's a cat sitting in front of me. Okay, so we'll just take that as an example now for this, just for this purpose. So the cat is there, I'm feeling nervous, so the stressor is present. So I will tap that stressor in, and I will say, even though I am nervous, scared, or use your own wording, of this cat, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I am nervous of being so close to this cat, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I am scared of this cat and I'm sitting quite close to it, I deeply and completely accept myself. So what we're doing is we're focusing on that, we're locking it in, and we're accepting ourselves and giving ourselves love in spite of it. We're not saying that we're wrong. So then after we've set it in, we will go to the top of our head. Again, using the many fingers, you'll hit the spot. And then we're going to remind ourselves of what we're tapping on. So, I'm frightened of this cat. And then we come to these points here, just at the corner of where our eyebrows start. Again, using 2 or 3 fingers. And you can do one side or the other or both. I am nervous of this cat. And then you come to the temple points here. I'm nervous of this cat. And then you come just under the eye, just where the bone starts here. I'm nervous of this cat. And then you come just to the dip here, just under your nose. I'm nervous of this cat. And you come to here, just in between the lip and the chin and the dip there. I am nervous of this cat. I also like to take a bit of a breath at each point as well. Then you come to these kidney 27 points. So you've got your salt and pepper bones. And if you come down about 1 inch and from the centre about 1 inch outwards, you'll find some squidgy spots there. Again, if you use many fingers, you're going to hit the spots. I'm nervous of this cat. And then we come to the spleen point here, so it's in line with your nipple, kind of where you're just under your armpit, so it's where your bra strap would be if you're a woman. And then you tap here. I'm nervous of this cat. And when you've finished a round, just take a deep breath. And you should find that that has a calming effect on you. And you can repeat that as many times as you want, and you don't need to stop it in between breaths, so it is still locked in, so you can just keep going if you need to. This cat is making me nervous. Just mix up the statements that you say. This cat. That cat is so scary. I'm afraid it's going to scram me. I'm afraid it's going to hiss at me. That cat is so scary. I'm nervous of this cat. I'm quite scared of this cat. And then after a few rounds, you can start turning your language around. If you're starting to feel a bit calm, you can start to say, that cat is not really that far away from me. What is it that I'm afraid of? Why am I afraid? Am I afraid anymore? After you've done a few rounds, as many as you need to, then you can assess how you're feeling. And a good way of doing this is before you start, you can sort of rate your feeling from, say, 0 to 10. So say, oh, I'm a bit scared of this cat, I'm about a 7. And then when you've completed the first round, or when you've completed subsequent rounds, you can think, okay, how scared am I now? Am I about a 5? Am I a 2? And then you can just carry on until your score comes right down, if you want to score in that way, or you can just judge how you feel. So this technique is really good, like I say, for settling emotions, for calming anxiety. As far as German New Medicine is concerned, it's not going to resolve a conflict, but it'll help take the edge off and downgrade a conflict when you're conflict active. And in the healing phase, it will also just help to settle the emotions and balance the energy, especially if you've got like a stressful situation, because you want to avoid stress and upset as much as possible in the healing phase. And then when you come to epicrisis, then it might help with sometimes there's stress and anxiety experienced at epicrisis, so it might help with that too. You can also focus on uncomfortable symptoms you might be having in the healing phase. So you know, if there's any sort of energetic imbalance, that and tension around that symptom, or maybe a fear around that symptom, it could help alleviate that, which can, when, as far as pain is concerned, when there's pain in the body, it's often made worse by the fear of the unknown and by the fear of what this pain could be. So it would be really good for easing that pain, because it would take away the emotional charge around that pain, and any other symptom that you're having. So yeah, I hope that helps, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Thanks for watching.